The profit experts. Why £50 million flop Fernando Torres Chelsea's white elephant? Harry Redknapp's prayer for his Tottenham Hotspur side to have a miracle moment last night did not materialise. When you are 4-0 down against the mighty Real Madrid, you need more than a miracle to stage a comeback. If he had sought my advice, I would have advised him to go Haiti for voodoo to stop Jose Mourinho strategizing, or he could have led his team to the Vatican early in the morning for a papal blessing. However, I still take my hat off to his boys. At least they went down fighting, unlike my team Chelsea that fell like a sack of potatoes. I send all of Chelsea's players the measles. As for Carlo Ancelotti and his £50 million flop Fernando Torres, I hope both of them end up in football purgatory and the devil increases the temperature of their fire. The annual wages of Chelsea players is more than 5 years' salaries of all the entire civil servants in my country, and these guys did not manage to win a single trophy this year. I wish Saddam Hussein's sons were still alive. We would have asked them to come to Stamford Bridge just for a day and show those guys what happens to people who earn millions without producing result. People complain that footballers are overpaid. I do not share this sentiment. In this indispensable century, everyone is maxed out. You get paid what you are worth. The more people you serve, the more reward you receive. Microsoft's Bill Gates continues to top the Forbes rich lists because millions of people use his software every single day. Footballers are the only people on earth who literally entertain billions of people at the same time. More people tune in to watch the World Cup final than any other event in the world. Therefore, if those guys entertain billions of people, they deserve every single penny they get. But the key word here is deserve. If Chelsea had spent £100 million to acquire Lionel Messi, he would have been worth every penny. But to spend £50 million for a flop like Fernando Torres is the biggest waste of resources ever in footballing history. This is a catastrophic lapse in judgment, second only to the bankers' lapse in judgment that got us into the financial crisis. If Ancelotti was employed by any other serious business, he would have been out of a job by now. How can anyone, let alone the manager of a big club like Chelsea, make such a colossal error? Fernando Torres played 102 games for Liverpool and scored only 65 goals. Lionel Messi is aiming to score 50 goals in a single season. Fernando Torres played with 10 of the best players in the World Cup and never managed to score a single goal. How can someone in their right mind pay £50 million for such a player? This question brings us to the theme of this article: why doesn't he score goals? Answer: he is not indispensable. In this indispensable century, athletes who make it big time are those who combine mental toughness with talent and skills. We live in the Schizoic age, the age of the mind. In this age, it does not matter whether you are a brain surgeon or an athlete. Your ability to use your mind in those crucial moments is what differentiates between success and failure. Fernando Torres, like many top athletes, lacks the ability to apply himself when it matters the most. That is why he is not scoring goals. When he stands in front of the goal, he gets stage fright. Whether a football player, an actor or a musician, they are all performers on stage, and the best performers understand that they are different from their stage character. When Zinedine Zidane stands on the penalty spot at the World Cup finals to kick a penalty with 100,000 people in the stadium screaming and another 1 billion watching on television, he knows that it is the character who is standing there preparing to take that shot, not Zidane the father and husband. Roger Federer might go down in history as the greatest tennis player who ever lived. Why? Because he has this thing about him that when it matters the most he is able to play the big game-changing points. He does not play better than Andy Murray, Rafael Nadal, but he, like Pete Sampras before him, possess this thing that is found only in people like him, the indispensables. Tiger Woods had it at one time until he lost it momentarily as a result of his marital issues. Manchester United's Alex Ferguson has it, which he instills in each of his players. No other football manager on planet Earth has it. Even Arsenal's Arsene Wenger, one of the most brilliant football managers alive today, does not have it. What is this thing? It is called the X Factor. What is the X Factor? Don't ask me because I do not know the answer. It is not something that can be explained, it cannot be coached or trained into someone, it is just there. The most brilliant shrink cannot talk it into someone. If they could, England would have the best national football team in the world. It is the reserve that the indispensables call upon at the right moment. It was what Muhammad Ali called upon in the Rumble in the Jungle against George Foreman. When all the commentators are predicting that George Foreman is going to annihilate you, when throughout the entire 7 rounds you have taken so many beatings, what do? When the entire stadium is thundering with vibration of the voices of your people screaming their lungs out, Ali Bomber Ye, what do? When the whole of Black Africa, from Tripoli to Cairo, Lagos to Johannesburg, Abidjan to Accra is screaming their lungs out, Ali Bomber Ye, what do? When the entire Black America from New York to New Orleans, Mississippi to Miami is screaming their lungs out, Ali Bomber Ye, what do? You tell yourself, these are the voices of my people and I am going to make them proud. You dig deep down inside yourself for strength, get up from your corner, walk up to the big man, give him a left jab, then a right jab, then a left again and a final right that Bomber Ye him. That is what is called the X Factor, that is what Fernando Torres is lacking and that is why he has not scored. I would advise Fernando Torres to watch Rumble in the Jungle 10 times a day until he develops the X Factor and become an indispensable. Thank you for watching. Join us at http://www.theprofitexperts.co.uk.